Well, thank you very much. Okay.
Thank God for Dr. Phil.
Well, I really do have questions about people underestimate the impact of things you do in your life. He was on drugs for 10 years. This changes your brain. People think, okay, I got off drugs, so okay, I'm back to normal. No, you may not be. It affects different people in different ways, and it affects the wiring of your brain sometimes. And then he got a hold of a high voltage wire, and when I say it electrocuted him, the report is that it went through his body and blasted him off the ground. It went in through his hands and shot out his feet and launched him, and he was in the burn unit for weeks. And you can't have that, the brain is electrical, and you have that much input, you can really fry some circuits. You can change up the neurotransmitters in the brain. And in looking at the records, I can see nowhere that's ever been truly assessed. So that has to be looked at. Do y'all get my point about you don't solve money problems with money? Yes. I tell you, it's like if you've got members of your family that come to you and say, will you loan me $5,000? The answer needs to not be no, it needs to be hell no. Because if you want to give them $5,000, then give them $5,000. But give them with no expectations, no strings, and don't ever expect to see it again. Or if you've got a paper shredder, put it in a paper shredder. Because you don't solve money problems with money. People get in money problems because of behaviors, because of patterns, because of a lack of planning. And if you give them money without changing that, it's going to get sucked up and they're going to be right back where they were. So you just wasted your money. What you need to do is say, no, but I'll sit down and help you evaluate how you might have got in this situation. And they're going to say, no, I don't need your judgment. But that would be a better help than giving them the money. Right. And the number one reason people get in financial trouble, do you know what it is? Everybody thinks it's because young people get credit cards and they don't realize what they're doing. The number one reason that people get into financial trouble is unexpected medical emergencies. That's the number one reason. They don't, they got two incomes and they're both living to the two incomes, and one of them loses their job because they have to go in the hospital or they get sick. And now it goes from two incomes to one. They can't pay for what they have. They get behind, they go bankrupt. And it's not because they were irresponsible so much as it is something befell them and they didn't have the kind of coverage they needed. And so it's just hard to discipline enough to foresee that and put that money back, put it back, put it back, put it back until you've got your deductibles and all covered. But that's really the number one reason. But then they start making bad decisions to try to get out of that. Like you go put a $40, they don't even have $40 anymore, $140 pair of tennis shoes on a credit card and pay the minimum. You pay $1,100 for them by the time you pay them off. And they don't get that. So that's why you don't solve money problems with money.